Hi guys, nice to meet you if you're new here, nice to see you if you're not new here. How's it going? I'm Lara. Tipsy's over there, she's coming. Tipsy. Here she is. Welcome to my March TBR. This is actually my fourth time trying to film this because the first time it wasn't working out. Everything around me was going wrong. The second time I had no storage on my camera. The third time there was an echo where I was sitting and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't put y'all through that because I could barely listen to it. It was really bothering me. So we're just gonna restart and hopefully this works. Hopefully this works because I can't film this again. I can't. This video idea from Sarah Crowley here on YouTube. She did this last year a couple of times. She had her Instagram followers pick her TBR, but without her followers knowing what the books were. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I posted a poll on Instagram. I took pictures of books, I covered them up, I put emojis on top of them just like she did. I let you guys pick what I'm reading, and we're gonna find out together what I'm reading. I don't know every single book I'm reading. I do know most of them, but I don't know every single one, but you're gonna find out what you picked. If you want to be included on any of these Instagram polls, just a little plug, go follow me on Instagram. That would be really cool, really cool. If you want to be included in any of these polls, it's linked down below, as well as right now I have my poll for our book club name. It's on YouTube community and it's on my Instagram polls. It probably won't be on my Instagram polls anymore by the time you see this video, but it probably will still be on YouTube community. I give you guys 12 options and you pick 6 of them, so we're gonna see what 6 of those books are today. I read about 6 books a month or so, sometimes a little bit more, but I let you guys pick 6. And we're going to see exactly what we're reading. There are books I've either been putting off or books that I'm really excited to read, and I wanted to see if you would pick them for me. My first poll that I posted were romance books. The first book has a tree, an infinity sign, and an X, and then the second book is a box, a dog, and a key. The tree, infinity sign, and the X is Forever Never by Lucy Score, because this one's been sitting on my shelf for a bit. But also the back says, you don't fall for your brother's high school sweetheart, your boss's daughter, or your ex's wife's best friend, especially when they're all the same woman. Oh. That just sounds like drama-filled, you know? The second book with the box, the dog, and the key is Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. Just look at this cover. This is such a fun cover. This one is about a YouTuber who does house flipping. She gets this mansion to renovate it, but there's this landscaper and he's a big flirtatious guy, but she's not in the mood for like a relationship. She wants to do her thing and move on. So those are these 2 books. These are our first 2 options. You guys chose Maggie Moves On by 67%. So we will be putting Maggie Moves On our March TBR. I'm excited about Maggie Moves On, but I really wanted to pick Forever Never, but maybe the emojis weren't as intriguing. The next poll was, the first book had fireworks and a tent, like a carnival tent, and the second one had a snake and a graduation cap. I made a mistake, and I'll tell you why, exactly why. So in the first one, I put fireworks and the tent. Some of y'all were also guessing what some of these books were, and I had this one guessed as Night Circus, and I knew I made a mistake as soon as I posted it and picked these emojis because I knew they probably went better with Night Circus. It's not Night Circus, except for I did get Night Circus from the library, so I will be reading that in March. It's not one of these books. This book, when I looked it up, it said it was about a carnival and games, which is Carnival by Stephanie Garber. It said carnival and games and mystery. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. So like maybe my emojis go fine. I don't know. Her father has arranged a marriage for her. Scarlett thinks her dreams of seeing Carnival, the faraway once-a-year performance where the audience participates in the show, are over. So it's like a show. I don't know. Is the carnival wrong? Is that not what happens in this book at all? And then the other one, The Snake and the Graduation Cap, is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This one kind of confuses me on what it's about. There's Alex, who is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. She's also the sole survivor of a horrific homicide. Then she's offered a second chance and she gets into Yale. There's secret societies and stuff. Honestly, like I said, I'm not quite sure, but there's a snake on the cover and it's academic. So those are the emojis I chose. I don't know how well they go with it. Let's see what y'all chose. Okay. Carnival won by 67%. So I guess we'll find out what this book is about this month. And I'm excited. I just finished the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and I'm excited to go into Carnival, even though you're supposed to read it first. I read Once Upon a Broken Heart first. I really enjoyed her writing, but I'm excited to also find out what this book is about. This one's been sitting on my shelf for a while, so we will have to try and read it another time. The next poll, for the first book, it's Sleeping Z's and a Butterfly, and then the second book is A Sword and Books. So for the first book, I don't think the emojis fit whatsoever. The first book is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. There's a moth on the cover and the word dreamer. So I was like, yeah, that works, but there's no moth emoji, so I chose the butterfly emoji. I don't think it worked out very well. Fall into a mythical world of dread and wonder, moths and nightmares, love and carnage. Welcome to the Weep. And also, Katie is reading really like this book, so I bought it, and then I put it on my March TBR. And then the other one with the sword and books my mom will be super excited for is Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayrer. I put it on here to see what she would choose. This one, I just know it's about an assistant to the villain, and she has a crush on him. That's all I know about this book. That's all I know, but I know a lot of people liked it. So, what do you think won? Because I knew what was going to win. As soon as I put these together, I knew exactly what was going to win. And it was indeed Assistant to the Villain by 83%. I knew it was going to win because of the emojis. And I'm a little devastated because I really wanted to read Strange the Dreamer. But it looks like we are putting Assistant to the Villain on my TBR and maybe actually trying to get to it this time. I've tried to pick up this book a couple of times and I look at it and I'm like, never mind. I'll try and finally read this book just for my mom. Just for you. Because I know she's watching. Next ones I was pretty excited about and I put them together and then I kind of wish I didn't put them together because then they're obviously both not going to get chosen. The first book was Scissors and a Fairy, and then the second book was A Queen and a Diamond. I think these emojis went really well, but the first book is A Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. Again, Katie is reading. This was one of her favorite books of last year, and I really wanted to get this book. I bought this off of Pango, and look, the seller sent me tabs with it and a little Totoro card. I don't necessarily know too much about this book, other than she has half a soul because she was cursed by a fairy. If her reputation can survive both her curse and her sudden connection with the least liked man in all high society, then she and her family may yet reclaim their normal place in the world. But the longer Doris spends with Elias, the more she begins to suspect that one may indeed fall in love even with only half a soul. And that just sounds so beautiful. And I know so many people love this book. Love this book. It's also really short. It's a really short book. And I don't know which one is chosen on this one. I don't know which one got picked. But I want it to be this one. The other book, The Queen and the Diamond, is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. I'll read this to you because I think it makes more sense on here. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful, kind princess and her wicked maid. One day, the wicked maid stole the princess's face, and with it her name, her betrothed, everything. The princess had to toll away as a servant, while her maid lived like a queen. When the maid was caught, she died for her crimes, and the princess lived happily ever after. Or that is how the story has been told. Now it's time for the wicked maid to tell her side of the story. So you're getting the villain's point of view in this book, and I feel like you normally don't get the villain's point of view, or if you do, they also turn into this like love interest, but you're getting specifically the villain's point of view in this fairy tale, it seems. I've been putting this book off, but I'm honestly so excited for it. And when I put these together, after I put them together, I was like, no, because I want to read both of these books. So I might try and fit them both into my March TBR, but let's see what y'all chose, because again, I don't know what was chosen. So the poll says 50-50. I don't remember saying that. 50-50. What am I supposed to do? Put them both on there? I don't know what to do. Do I put them both on my TBR because I want to read them both? Do I flip a coin? Flipping a coin sounds fun. I don't have a coin. Let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. I still want to read them both, so I'll put them both on my TBR. We're going to flip a coin to see which of these two books we pick. I'll probably try and read both of these this month, but let's see. Let's screen record. So we'll do heads and tails. Heads, Little Thieves, tails, Half a Soul. And flip. Heads. Heads. You can't see that, but I'm screen recording anyway, so it's okay. Heads, Little Thieves. We are reading Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. I've been putting that book off for so long, and when I made what's on my physical TBR for Bookmas, I said that if I didn't get to this book by my birthday, I had to unhaul it. And I've actually been interested in the book recently, so that's fun. Alright, next poll. Ooh, this one, I already also figured I knew it was gonna win, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm sure you can guess these. I feel like we're really good emojis. So the first book is a lemon and a clementine. The second book is a wolf and a vampire. So I'm sure you can guess both of these. If not, the first book is The 7-Year Slip because her name, the main character's name, is Clementine, and the male main character, he loves lemon pies. And like, you might not know those things because unless you read the back, you don't know what it is. I decided to go with the lemon and the clementine because they were both fruits and I thought it was cute. 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I absolutely love The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. She is moving into her aunt's apartment and one day there's just this man standing in her kitchen. She's a little bit confused, but then they learn that he's actually 7 years in the past. So anytime she steps into this apartment, I believe it goes 7 years in the past and he must have been the one living there. And then I'm sure you can guess the other emojis, which is the wolf and the vampire. And if you haven't guessed already, it is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. My husband got this book for me on Valentine's Day, and I have been feeding to read this book ever since. And then when I posted these polls, I couldn't pick it up. I've been wanting to pick this book up, and I was like, no, because it's on my March TBR. I don't want to read it in February, but I want to read this book so bad. I will be reading this book in March, whether it's chosen or not. A vampire bride and an alpha werewolf form a dangerous alliance in this enthralling new paranormal romance. I'm so excited. I've been seeing such good things on this book and I'm so hyped. I'm so ecstatic. So stoked. I'm trying to find other words for excited. These are the 2 books for this poll. Let's see who won. Exactly what I thought. Bride won by 82%. And I'm a little sad because I still want to read this book. But I knew I was going to read Bride no matter what. So now there's an excuse to actually pick it up. I have one more poll to show you. This one is like singing musical notes and then a mermaid. And then the second book is a book and a fairy. The first book is Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. This is about a mermaid who, Sing Me to Sleep, a mermaid. I thought those emojis went perfect together. She disguises herself as Faye and pretends to be a soldier. By night, she satisfies her darker urges working as an assassin. She keeps the biggest secret of all that she's not always in control of her siren powers or her desire to kill. I really want to read this book. I'm so excited. Also, might sneak this into my March TBR. And then the second book with the book and the fairies is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I thought it went well together. Encyclopedia of Fairies. Yeah? You catching my drift? You catching my drift? My camera died. I knew my camera was gonna die. I just knew it, so I'm so sorry. I just knew something else was gonna happen to me! Well, I don't even know where I left off. Sing Me to Sleep was the first book on that post. I want this book to get chosen so bad. I don't know if I even showed you the next book, but the next book, The Book and the Fairy, I did show you. Encyclopedia of Fairies. She's studying fairy and folklore, but the fairy are nothing like what we see them in other books as. They're not these cute little fairy things. They're not cute. Her academic rival is also there with her, and she hates it, and she doesn't like him. But if we see what our final book is, yep, it is Encyclopedia of Fairies by 73%, which I'm kind of upset about. Like, I do want to get to this book, but this book sounds so fun. A duty to protect, a desire to kill, an impossible love. I might try and get to this book. I might. Man, I picked so many like good books to possibly choose. And now I just feel like I actually have 12 books on my TBR instead of the 6 that I actually have. But let's go over the 6 books that I have picked. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayrer. Carnival by Stephanie Garber. And finally, Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. I'm pretty excited for most of these books. Some of them I don't want to read. Some of them I don't want to read some of them. But I'm going to try and read all of my books on my physical TBR, if not most. Anyways, Here are my 6 books. Thank you so much for sitting here with me during all of that just happened. So much has happened in the past hour and a half that I've been trying to film this video. If you want to join in on any of my Instagram polls, my Instagram will be linked in the description. You can include yourself in some of these polls, as well as Sarah Caroli's, one of her videos will be linked down below for her Instagram followers picking her TBR. Thanks for joining me on this chaotic video because it was very, very, very chaotic. My February wrap-up will be coming out soon. Get excited about that. I'm filming another wrap-up. We're doing great on the wrap-up so far. Other than that, I hopefully will see you next time. Bye! Thanks for watching.